All right, Warriors, Patriots, and Preppers. Why are they canceling fictional cartoons? Very simple. It took me a little while to think about it, and you kind of hear murmurs of it about like modern day book burning and things of the like when it comes to cancel culture. But I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I don't think anybody's really expanded on it. And it just clicked when I listened to Biden's speech, his first ever live speech. He talked about the common ground and the common struggle we all share during this coronavirus. I don't share a common struggle, and I don't share common ground with most people about how this played out. I operated in a completely different environment, a completely different scale as to how it affected me. I'm not in some common battle with the unprepared, the uninformed, and the unwilling to stand up to these government regulations and overreaches. I'm not with you. I'm not in this struggle with you. I'm in my own individual situation that I will get myself out of should the situation arise. I don't need anybody else's help. I got my family's help, the help of myself, and that's it. You know, we handling business in-house on this one. So I'm not in a common struggle, but what we did have in common was these cartoons, these TV shows, because we were so inundated with it growing up. So, you know, I found common ground with people I wouldn't normally find common ground with because we like the same show. I found common ground with people because, hey, you know what? I thought that show was cool when I was little. You did too? Cool. Or with sports, a lot of common ground is found in sports. A lot of it is to kind of stunt your development and get you to not be aware of what's happening around politically and to balkanize around your sports teams instead of around your political beliefs and be informed citizenry to help protect your rights and make sure that these government oligarchs control your money, your tax dollars, which they shouldn't even be taken from you in the first place. But that's part of what the sports is the diversionary tactic. It's the bread and circus, but it's something that brought people together. People had common interest and common ground in across many different demographics, but those are all kind of in flux now, going away. They're choosing to take, you know, political stances that, you know, X out a big part of their fan base. So the more they could rip away any common ground that we had and give us our new common ground, which is this situation that's been going on for far too long. I thank God every day that I'm in Texas and that, you know, I have this calling to get out here and to be here. I feel like this is part of that moment. I think there's bigger things to come, but I think that's a huge reason why they're starting with, you know, they got rid of some of the political dissidents and some of the people who were out front voicing their concerns. They started with the real life people who were kind of on the fringe of the internet, but also about to break through to that mainstream audience and really get people to start asking themselves and their family members some hard questions about the society and the world that we're living in. So they got rid of those people first. Now they're going to get rid of fictional characters, starting with, you know, childhood memories. It was wild on my wife's Facebook feed. The kids playing with the little Mr. Potato Head came up, and they joke with me. They call me Mr. Potato Head. I wonder why, but you know, it's something that I play with Mr. Potato Head. They play with Mr. Potato Head. It's some common ground that we had generationally. My mom got me one, you know, so from grandparents all the way to my kids, it's shared common ground. It's what they're attacking next. They're attacking fictional characters after they've attacked the physical, real life people, and it's just going to continue to funnel down to where the only common ground we have is these crises that the news media and the government pushes us into, they're two separate things. One, they push this crisis day in and day out and day in and day out, and they pick the scary numbers. They don't pick the good numbers. They don't pick the survival rate. They don't pick the recovery rate. They don't pick any of that stuff. They just hammer you with the bad, scary stuff. So they set policies based on the worst possible numbers, not the best possible numbers. So you're going to have a lot of stuff that is manufactured to have our only common ground being daddy government and the news media's hype and fear as they push products on us. The vaccine is a product. Don't ever forget that. So that's why they're starting to cancel fictional characters now, is to just denigrate and destroy any common ground we once had together. And it's important as preppers, as patriots, that we know that and we remember that.